What you have here is the new GAP 2020 independent stove, freestanding model sitting in a corner, and we have it dressed up with a bunch of accessories. There's two side shelves, one on the side of the hopper. It's got a little rack holding two tools for cleaning the stove and hearth area. That's actually a little TIG generator sitting up there on the shelf, not really connected, just sitting up there. There's a couple swivel shelves off the corner of the unit, one holding the stove light. There is an eco fan sitting on the top of the stove. There is a TIG generator sitting between the hopper and pipe, and that's running that little light on the right hand side of the hopper. So then on the left hand side we have another stove shelf connected to the pedestal, and a 5-gallon stainless steel water tank sitting on the side that basically gets up to 130, 140 degree temperatures. Stove's running in a higher position right now. It's capable of heating, we've got it in homes up to 2,800 square feet and heating the entire home. You'll have to forgive this picture. My lens has a little fracture, and so you're seeing a reflection light above. And then I'm down on one knee, a little shaky here. Underneath, there's underneath the pedestal area, or in the pedestal area, there's actually a shelf and a grill. You could literally broil in that lower compartment, or dry fruits, vegetables, like a dehydrator. Hopper holds 80 pounds of fuel. The stove is 32 inches wide, 12 inches deep, 20 inches tall to the top of the stove without the pedestal. The pedestal is 10 inches. The hopper is 18 inches tall. The flue is reversible. It's a 4-inch vent, vents out the back at a 20-inch height. This stove has to go into a Class A chimney because of the amount of heat that it actually generates. And so any Class A chimney. And then as far as a fireplace, you would use a 4-inch stainless steel vent. So that's kind of the general rundown. The stove is mobile home approved and has passed Canadian mobile home approval, which surprised Omni, the test lab. Told us it was the first stove in over 5 years to pass that Canadian standard. We had it tested for every situation in a home that I could think of. It has approval for parallel wall on either side, a corner situation, or a flat wall, and it is also alcove approved. So I tried to cover every aspect of the unit as I could. We even had it tested for zero clearance fireplaces. You do have to add an additional R-rated hearth underneath it, and then there's a 4-inch ceramic insulation kit that'll fit in directly underneath the fire on this stove, and then it would need to be elevated 1 inch in order to be installed in front of and through a zero clearance fireplace, which again, you know, normally is going to have a wood platform with maybe as thin as 3/8 tile on it. So it generates too much heat down, so you definitely have to put some added protection under that hearth. On a masonry fireplace, there is no issues. Non-combustible goes clear to the ground. So the stove has 8 settings on the control in it, and it's easily lit within 45 seconds with a small hand torch and a little dab of alcohol gel underneath the main burn basket. Helps get the bottom of that fuel started where the torch actually comes in the center of the burn chamber. So it takes a little bit longer. Usually within 2 minutes, the stove is up and running, and it's very easy to operate. It runs rock solid on any setting that you set on it. I seriously doubt if it'll vary 5 degrees all the time that it's running. I'm gonna get up here and I'm gonna walk up and open up this door for you. So what you see in there is the main burn chamber. And again, we started with a little handheld torch. It's in this area right here. And that basically is the easiest way to light this stove. And again, that stainless steel burner, I seriously doubt will ever wear out. The way we build it is so thick. But the little air control or fuel control, let me grab a glove. Again, I apologize for this video, doing it off of my phone, and it has a cracked lens. So, but to adjust this, you simply grab this control and move it up in one of those notches. Now that's going to put it in a medium mode. There are 4 high positions and 4 low positions. On low, this stove will probably run at about, I would imagine, surface temperatures around 250. I just can't imagine anyone running at that low. It's going to run at £1 an hour. High is as much as 5 pounds an hour. Medium range is probably 2.5. So put a log in here. That log is primarily designed to disrupt that flame, because that flame is so I don't know, radical, that it scares a few women, you know. So we put that in there to kind of break up the flame. But again, you know, that gives you a general picture. Let me move over here. That shows you the unit the way it would normally be. Let me move this pot. So that's the stove as it's built, sitting on the pedestal. The vent is going out the rear, so you don't see it at the top. Little plate covers the hole there that gives a nice smooth surface. This stove gives you the ability to actually cook with that big pot on it. Open this up for you. That'll show you kind of the main pot again. There's a little latch here. This simply slides out the receiver. This again is the pot that slides in. This centerpiece will actually lift out. Glove off here. Get it disengaged. There is the burn chamber and pot as it sets down in there. Here is the swing arm. Again, it simply hooks in there in place. So there's the pot. There's the log that we had designed and put in it. Simply lifts up, slides out. You can see where the flame comes through. Exhaust up above. Slide that back in place. Center it. Oh. Put that back down. And that's basically it. There's the flame still running hot. Oh, I hope that helps explain a little bit for you. I know this isn't a professional presentation, but we're a young company and this has been in the works for a while, but honestly, I don't believe there's anything on the market that'll even compare with it. I tell everybody it'll outperform any other pellet stove built. And my claim to fame there is put them side by side, pull your plug and see who's still running. Just a little pun. No disrespect intended for anybody out there. All right. Thanks for listening, and I hope we can do some business. Bye.